Dempsey for Nuggets Postgame Live, presented by Toyota.
Chris, you're darn right we enjoyed it. I mean, a blowout in Game 7. We got a bunch of fans up here in the Colorado Social for our postgame show coming up. I know they enjoyed it. Before we go to break, we heard from Christian Braun. I got to tell you, after Game 6, he showed me on his screensaver, he had a memory of last year's Game 7, the loss to Minnesota. I said, you still remember that game? And he showed me his screensaver. He doesn't forget. And he played like a man who didn't forget tonight.
We didn't forget either, because even when the Nuggets had a big lead in that third quarter, he kept saying they were up 20 on Minnesota, they were up 27. But this is a completely different team, and God, what a night for the Nuggets.
Yeah. You know, he can officially change that screensaver now. I mean,
You're darn right.
That is over, you know, because what they did today, I mean, what a statement this was. This is the Nuggets team that we have known to come to know and love over these years. When it was time for them to do the thing that needed to be done, they put 120 on the board. And that was and contributions from everybody. Really, really well done by them.
All right, so the Nuggets took care of business. The Avs currently lead after 2 periods of playing.
What was our crowd saying? Nah.
Goodbye.
You know, it doesn't matter, I guess, if it's the Lakers or the Clippers. It's always fun to beat LA, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, there's no doubt about it.
Welcome to Nuggets Postgame Live. The crowd is obviously into it, not only because of the Nuggets. The Avs just scored again. They're up 2-0 in Dallas.
Third period.
I mean, we got it all working tonight. Go buy some lottery tickets or something. Let's talk about why the Nuggets won this game. If I had told you guys Nikola Jokic late in the third quarter was 4 for 13 with 5 fouls, and a team was up by 30, you probably wouldn't think the Nuggets were up by 30.
Oh, yeah, not by 30. No way, not by a long shot. But, you know, that's credit to everybody else. I mean, you know, this basketball team all year long, I mean, is comprised of a lot of good players, a lot of elite level players. And today, what was required was their best. You can't walk into a Game 7 slipping in any kind of way, shape, or form. Every cut has to be there. Every defensive rotation has to be there. Your stars have to play like stars. Your role players have to elevate their play as well. They did all those things here today, and were rewarded for it with a 19-point win.
Yeah, and the players played to their abilities, but all the hustle plays that coaches worry about were all Nuggets. Turnovers, second chance points, fast break points, loose balls. The Nuggets got them all, and in the middle 2 periods, outscored the Clippers 72-40.
First time in Nuggets playoff history, they've had 6 players score 15 points or more in a playoff game. That is called balance, ladies and gentlemen. The other guys that came to play tonight, Christian Braun was fantastic, 21. Russell Westbrook, the revenge he had for his old team tonight, 16 points, 5 steals. And Peyton Watson, in those non-Jokic minutes in the second quarter, he was clutch.
Yeah, I mean, look, let's just start with Christian Braun, because he really was. I mean, he was the star of the game. Katie interviewed him after the game. Look, I've loved what he has put on the court the entirety of this season, and he did it in the biggest moment of this season so far. Again, got himself out on the break, defended James Harden. Look, James Harden finished with 7 points on 2 of 8 shooting. 7! That is wild. Christian Braun has done the job on him all series long. And then today, Hans, he got back to a lot of the stuff offensively that made him really good.
Yeah, they really, you know, and let's give David Adelman and his staff a little shout out. The Nuggets were just off in that first quarter, down 5. And with Joker on the bench, they go on a 10-2 run to start the second quarter. And a lot of that because they played zone. And it discombobulated the Clippers. They started bringing the Clippers used 2 timeouts early in the second quarter and couldn't stem the Nuggets tide.
For Russell Westbrook tonight, guys, you know as well as anybody, this series, this game was personal.
Yeah.
The LA Clippers said bye-bye.
Vic, it was one of the biggest downplays of this entire series was when Russell Westbrook at the beginning of it said, it's not about the Clippers at all. It's just another team. It is not another team. It's not. They traded you to the Utah Jazz. He came back and he smoked them night after night after night. They left him wide open to take whatever shots he wanted, and he made those shots. And, look, what he has done for the Nuggets all season long, is energy, right? I mean, if nothing else, he puts a ton of energy on the basketball court. What he did in this series was make the Clippers pay for the defense that they were playing by just making shots, by getting steals like this, getting out into the open court. And you don't think he loved that? Look at that.
Just hanging around.
You know what I love about his line? Okay, he had 16 points on 9 shots. 5 assists, 5 rebounds, 5 steals. But he added one more category, too. One technical foul that he let the whole arena.
He didn't care.
The Clippers know, I dominated you today.
He didn't care one bit. He earned that team because he got the dub.
Yeah, basically right.
Oh, I like
running
that.
right through.
Oh, I like that.
Keane doesn't come every night. We kind of had that, too, from a lot of different people. Very underrated thing. The end of Game 6, Christian made a couple threes late, and you lose that game, and you say, those weren't big shots. But for him, they were. And you saw the rhythm was better. 8 for 15, 3 for 5 from 3. Just complete team win. Aaron Gordon, 9 for 16, playing through contact in the paint. Russ, obviously the energy he brought. Peyton Watson, DeAndre Jordan. I mean, everybody brought something. And when you do that, you know that your 2 best players eventually are going to get going after a tough start. And they did. And Jamal's shot making there to kind of keep the lead where it was at, obviously, withstood any kind of run they were going to make. So really proud of the guys. Crazy series. Fun to win it.
Yeah, could you just elaborate on that? Because as close as this was going the full game, 7 games, how rewarding, how good does it feel to come out with the 4th win?
I mean, it feels good, but I also know that we're flying to OKC tomorrow. This was not the championship, so I'm sure it kind of felt like it to fans, on both sides because the series was so insane and the ups and downs were so crazy. It's one of those series you won't forget that you were a part of. But yeah, and I thought, we junked it up a little bit, and you can say, oh, you junked it up, and that's why it worked. Anytime you junk something up, the activity with junking it up is what works. And when we zoned, cross-matched, all those things, I thought our activity with our hands, the way we covered for each other, which we talked about before the game, was just incredible throughout the night up until the last 6 minutes. So just an awesome win. I said this before the playoff series. The last 3 games we won in the regular season, to give ourselves a chance to be in this building for this kind of game is a huge deal. And we've won a lot of big games here, and we've had some heartache here. We've been through a lot here. There's a lot of experience in that room, so just very proud of the overall team effort.
David, what stood out about what Christian was able to do on the defensive end against Harden, holding him to 7 points on 8 shots?
Yeah, he did what he's been doing. I thought we did a better job of impacting him with another defender, but then getting that defender out. They did a great job, like they always do, of adjusting. And in Game 6, we were putting 2 on the ball a lot, and they were rolling behind it, and Jones and Dunn were being aggressive, which they were not doing before that. And so they were getting paint points. They were creating offense. And so we tried to be a little more conservative once he crossed half court in coverage. But then it was on Christian to get through screens and get back in front of him, to maintain our defense. And then behind that, there's a man covering for a man, and we did a great job of that. And I thought there was a carryover from the 4th quarter of Game 6 when we made that run. Much more aggressive to stunt at people, shrink behind the stunts, just help each other out down the line and kick people back to their responsibilities. That went a long way, like I said, also with just the overall just crazy activity that we had. Really fun to watch.
David, the series was obviously really close. I mean, so there was a lot, even 27 points. We weren't really sure that it was over, right?
Yeah.
But did you sense a belief with your team the whole time that they had this in them, that they would come out ahead? I mean, even after a Game 6 where LA had obviously a great game there, and you had to rebound for this one.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's a lot of humble confidence in there. Like you have to go into these games with great respect for who's across the hall here, what those guys are capable of doing. But you also can't go into the game not thinking that, yeah, we can get this done. We've done this. Like, we've seen this. We've been through this before, and we've succeeded. So, yeah, you have to have crazy amount of confidence, but with respect to professionalism, what this is in a Game 7 against a veteran team and a veteran coaching staff. So, yeah, I feel blessed to get out of this thing. Like I said, this is a memorable series. We just don't really have time right now to remember it. Enjoy tonight. Have a glass of red wine or whatever you like doing, but we fly to OKC tomorrow.
Coach, the non-Jokic minutes have been a topic of conversation surrounding this team for years now, and one of the biggest games for this core four. What does it say about this group that everybody was able to elevate their game surrounding Nikola?
I thought it reminded me of the year